Stay tuned for the 5th Annual Fisher Motors Shootout.
It's a truck, it's a Honda, it's nothing you've ever seen before, and it's at Fisher Motors in Minot. Honda introduces their first ever true full-size half-ton pickup. With its 255 horsepower V6, it tows up to 5,000 pounds. This first-of-its-kind Honda has in-bed truck storage, lift-up rear seat with under-seat storage, and a tailgate that opens conventionally or swings out for easy loading and unloading. It has leather interior and 4-door crew cab. This Honda is all truck and then some. The all-new Honda Ridgeline pickup at Fisher Motors in Minot. Drive one home today.
I want to bank with people I know.
Who know you?
Who will work with me and my business
to help us plan for our retirement.
I want my bank to give back to my community.
Help my sister save more money.
To make decisions right here.
I want my bank to be First Western.
You want your bank to be First Western.
At First Western Bank and Trust, we know what kind of banking works best for you.
And together, we're banking on Minot.
Dining at Primo is a journey into fabulous food. Every journey begins with a single step. At Primo, that step is in the kitchen, where creative chefs craft exceptional American and Italian cuisine. The journey enhanced with excellent service, elegant atmosphere, and cityscape views, topped with North Dakota's largest selection of single malt scotches and cognacs. Best of all, you can dress casual and take this dining journey at affordable prices. Primo at the Grand International. Your table is waiting.
Welcome to the 5th Annual Fisher Motors Shootout here at Minot, North Dakota's North Hill Bowl. It's January 2008 and we're celebrating 5 years of top-ranked bowling in the Midwest. 142 bowlers from at least 10 states plus Canada shot it out yesterday for a chance to bowl with the top 36 qualifiers today. And there was some real nail-biting finishes, but now we're down to the last 5 bowlers standing. The action this week has certainly matched the level of excitement everyone involved in this event has brought in anticipation, hard work, and enthusiasm. After match play this morning to qualify for the TV show, we've got our 5 finalists, and it's a very fitting lineup indeed. So without further delay, let's turn it over to our host, Scott Cattell.
Well, thank you very much. Along with Jeff Craig, welcome to the 5th Annual Fisher Motors Shootout. Another year, 2008. Jeff, talk a little bit about this year's event.
Well, we had a great turnout this year. We had 142 bowlers, the most we've ever had. We had 11 people out of Canada. We had people here from, I think, 10 states this year.
Talk about the success of this shootout, because you started it back 5 years ago. I don't know what you really imagined it could turn into, but it's been bigger and better every year, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've never went down. We've had more entries every year than we had the previous year, and the bowlers just love coming up.
And these 5 bowlers that will competing for some big cash, aren't they?
We're going $5,000 for first, $3,000 for second, $22 for third, $1,400 for fourth, and $1,000 for fifth.
All right. Well, we're going to introduce you to those bowlers, but first of all, let's hear from some of our sponsors.
Visit Fisher Motors and be one of the many to own a Consumer Guide compact car Best Buy. The Vibe offers a sports car feel with all the advantages of a 5-door, not to mention remarkable fuel efficiency. With the split rear seats folded down and the front passenger seat folded flat, you can carry almost anything. Test drive America's finest sports sedan, the G6, a midsize 4-door sports sedan, or the Pontiac Sporty Grand Prix 4-door 5-passenger family sedan with sporty edges and pavement-ripping acceleration. All great to look at, even better to drive at Fisher Motors in Minot.
Of all the things Minot's Grand International can do for you, the most important is helping you rest easy. Newly remodeled rooms featuring incredibly comfortable memory foam mattresses lull you into a restful night's sleep. King Suites with LCD TVs deliver all the comforts of home. Fine meals, entertainment, and recreation round out a totally enjoyable, completely restful stay when all the world is buzzing around you. Take comfort at Minot's Grand International, where the rest is easy.
Whether you're hunting game or hunting for thrills, working in the field or working on your tan, Moritz Sport & Marine has the machines you need. Moritz Sport & Marine can hook you up with the fastest, toughest, coolest rides in the area. Moritz Sport & Marine, definitely fun for all seasons.
When you insure your residence and your automobile with auto owners, you're eligible for a multiple policy discount that can reduce your premiums or possibly increase your coverage. To see if you qualify for multiple policy discounts with auto owners, call your no-problem agent today.
Bremer Insurance. Bremer Insurance is Minot's largest independent agency for home and auto insurance. Over 300 years of insurance experience is your assurance of getting the right coverage for all of your needs. Call Bremer Insurance today.
Thanks to these great sponsors. Bremer Insurance of Minot. Mowbray & Sons Plumbing and Heating and Sheet Metal of Minot. Morelli's Distributing, Minot and Williston. Your Pepsi Cola Bottling Company. North Country Home Improvement and Electric of Minot. Investors Real Estate IRET of Minot. Service Master. Wildwood Country Club. Gravel Products. And Boger & Son.
Welcome back to the 5th annual Fisher Motors Shootout. Before we introduce our bowlers for today, I have to also introduce Larry Craig, who is our crack analyst for the Fisher Motors Shootout. And Larry, you competed but did not qualify this year.
No, I was about 40 pins short, Scott, but I had a lot of fun and I met a lot of bowlers. And
from the bowlers' perspective, what is the thing that they look to this shootout? I mean, it's a lot of competition. There's a lot of money to win, but it's more about competition, isn't it?
Yes, it is. A lot of big bucks here, a lot of good bowlers, and we're going to have 3 left-handers and 2 right-handers, and we got some local flavor this year. We got a bowler from Minot, so it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm real interested. All
right, let's meet our bowlers. First, the 5th bowler, number 5 in the standings from Little Falls, Minnesota, Jeff Smith. From Tyndall, Manitoba, number 4, Mike Schmidt. In the number 3 position from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, Sam Lanto. In the number 2 position, who was our runner-up 2 years ago, Adam Apo of Rochester, Minnesota. And number 1 on the list, our first ever Minot local bowler, Steve Nush of Minot. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started here today with the bowling, we want to honor our country with the singing of our national anthem. I present to you Jennifer Bloomberg of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much, Jennifer, and we're going to get right into the action, but after a word from our great sponsors. So hang tight. We'll be right back with the 5th annual Fisher Motors Shootout.
Thanks to these great sponsors. Brady Marts. Midtown Chiropractic. Communication Corps. The Wrestler Quality Agency of Farmers Union Insurance of Minot. IMM. And Sun Prairie Grain of Minot.
I want to bank with people I know.
Who know you? Who will work with me and my business.
to help us plan for our retirement.
I want my bank to give back to my community.
I want my sister to save more money.
To make decisions right here.
I want my bank to be First Western.
You want your bank to be First Western.
At First Western Bank and Trust, we know what kind of banking works best for you.
And together, we're banking on Minot.
Join the 54 million other Americans who love to let the good times roll. Been bowling lately? It's a whole new game.
When it comes to your finances, it's a comfort to know that all of your needs are being well managed by a team of experts who care. At Brady Marts, we're dedicated to providing more than just your basic tax planning, but also a commitment to help you or your business create a well-rounded financial system that will protect your long-term needs and provide a balance to your overall plans. Our mission is to provide good quality service and help our clients achieve their financial goals. Brady Marts has the experience and forward thinking to give you the comfort you deserve. For comprehensive financial support and more, trust Brady Marts.
Adding new siding and windows is an investment, and North Country Home Improvement is the smart choice to help you make it. North Country is your authorized distributor for high-quality Simonton vinyl windows, Colby & Colby windows, and quality siding from Gentex and Norandex. Combine these fine products with 18 years of construction experience, and you'll transform your home into the pride of the neighborhood. Call Troy Westmeyer for a free estimate. Remember, at North Country Home Improvement, if it's not good enough for them, it's not good enough for you.
Thanks to these great sponsors: the Minot Area Chamber of Commerce, Minot Sash and Door, Anderson Drywall of Minot, Bergen Building Improvements Minot, Wells Fargo, and Jessen Roofing of Minot.
Well, welcome back to the 5th annual Fisher Motors Shootout. We're ready for our first match today, and that will pit Jeff Smith of Little Falls, Minnesota, against Mike Schmidt of Tyndall, Manitoba. Tell us a little bit about these two bowlers, Larry.
Jeff Smith, great left-hander from Minnesota, and Mike Schmidt from Canada. And he has a large bio, and I'll read some of this as I go along. He's going to start on the left lane. Big, hard cranker. Starts out with a good strike. Good start. Scott.
Got a great crowd this year, huh?
Yeah, great crowd. Enthusiastic crowd. Tell me a little bit about the lanes here that we're using for the championship, 35 and 36, Jeff.
Yeah, we moved it down to 35 and 36 this year, and we did put... Ooh. Leaves a 6-pin there. We did put fresh oil out for the bowlers. We gave the 5 bowlers that are bowling today the choice, and they chose that they wanted to have fresh oil for the TV show.
Okay, single pin here for...
6-pin for Jeff Smith.
Jeff Smith.
Jeff is from Little Falls, Minnesota.
Left-hander.
Left-hander.
You can see.
Some of his on his bio, he was a member of the PBA, the Professional Bowlers Association Tour, and he took 3rd place in the 2003 Pepsi Open. He was on national TV. He has won 14 CBA titles, 6 PBA regionals. That's a Pro Tour regional, and this year he set the Minnesota State high average record of 247.
Leaves a solid 7-pin.
They're a little nervous right now, Scott, and I think he come out of that ball a little bit, and they kind of pushed it for the pocket. The nerves will go down, and then they'll start swinging the ball, and they'll get some good pin reaction.
All right, so Jeff Smith trying to pick up a single 7-pin here, 2nd frame of his game. And he will get it.
And Jeff spares. You won't see these bowlers miss many spares today. They're all on top-notch part of their game.
We have 3 Minnesota finalists, one from Manitoba, and then our the local favorite, Steve Nush, and that's kind of nice to see some local flavor in this.
Yeah, did you hear how loud the crowd was when they introduced him? Wow.
I don't know. Maybe Steve's paying him off. I don't know.
He must be.
So here's a second frame for Mike Schmidt. Ooh. Carried it.
Mike Schmidt starts off with a double.
Looks like he's ready.
Yes.
He was a winner of the 2005 AMF World Cup Championship. He also was the Canadian 2005 Bowler of the Year. And he also was the Manitoba Bowler of the Year 10 times, 6 times in juniors and 4 times in adult. He currently holds 4 Canadian national records.
Pretty good resume.
Great resume.
Here he is in his third frame working on a double. Oh.
Ooh, gets the bad break there, leaves a 7-pin. That's an odd leave for a right-hander.
Now the loser of this match, Jeff, will take home how much money?
$1,000.
$1,000.
I don't think you can call that losing.
No, really you can't. but you can if what your aspiration is to win $5,000.
Well, you're right there.
Winner of this will move on and play our number 3 seed, Sam Lanto of Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Good cover there.
As you see with a lot of the bowlers here, Scott, they'll all go to a harder ball for their spares and they shoot it directly at them. They just break their wrist, most of them, and just throw straight at the spares.
Jeff Smith, yesterday in day 1, you bowl 8 games to qualify for Sunday. He averaged 211. Here on day 2, he averaged 228, so the averages were better today.
He throws a good shot there. Ooh.
Boy, he's just finding some bad luck.
Right. One of the reasons that the scores were a little lower yesterday, Scott, well, there's actually 2 reasons. One of them, they put a little tougher shot in, and then you have 7 bowlers on a pair of lanes. So consequently, especially when you get what they call the big crankers in the lanes, some of them, the balls eat up the oil, and it takes a little more of an adjustment to when you got 7 on a lane. And today now they just had like 1 to a lane, so it makes a lot of difference.
All right, so he picked up his spare in frame number 3, and he'll be working on a spare in his 4th frame. First match of the day. Again, the winner takes on Sam Lanto of Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Finally.
There's a good shot.
That'll probably settle the nerves a little bit.
Both of these bowlers, once they settle down and get relaxed, they've been in these pressure situations probably for 10, 15 years, and some of them a little bit more, but they'll figure out the lanes, and we'll have some high scores. I'm really excited.
Okay, so how many bowlers did you have in total?
142 this year.
142. So here is Schmidt, Mike Schmidt of Manitoba.
And he's going to be close.
Wow, we got lucky there.
Almost a 7-9 in the pocket. That's almost what they call the bowlers a true tap.
Couldn't throw that one any better.
And even though he didn't get a strike, Larry, he's probably had a sigh of relief when he saw that pin go down.
He saw the 9-pin fall down. He'll just pick up his hard spare ball and throw right at it.
Seen a lot of
just watch him
single
now.
7-pins already today.
Yeah.
Perfect cover.
You know, and the thing about it is, Larry and Jeff, you got to stay away from mistakes, especially in your one-game situation where you either, to move on. So you can't afford that open frame.
And most of these bowlers know that, and if they do get a bad break, the other bowler, he's so mature that he'll just come right back and stomp right on you.
All right, so
you watch. He's going to be close under this pocket right now.
Mike Schmidt in his 5th frame, working on a spare.
He has a 10-pin lead right now over Jeff.
Yeah, he
Good
does.
Shot. Beautiful ball.
Beautiful shot there. Yeah, he knew that one was a strike when he let go of it.
So he responded after the spare with a solid strike, and now Jeff Smith working on a strike. Actually working on a spare.
Right, and don't kid yourself. They know what they need.
Oh, no, he is working on a strike. Yep, that's right. Working on a strike. This is his 5th frame.
And
so
he's going to be
almost
close.
halfway through.
You bet.
Boy, you saw his reaction there.
So we can have a tie match going in right now.
Nice crowd on hand here again for the 5th annual Fisher Motors
Great
Shootout.
crowd. Probably one of the best crowds I've ever had.
Jeff is a real smooth left-handed bowler, a lot of talent, and he's bowled a lot of tough tournaments. He's been around. He's an old veteran, is what you'd say. You know he's going to be close on this one. Looks good, too. Good, beautiful ball.
Great job by Jeff Smith right there. And after starting out a little slow, he has brought it back.
Oh, I figured that on both of these bowlers. It's just going to be a matter of carry. And a lot of these bowlers, they hope they don't catch that tap, and that's what makes the game. If it wasn't for the taps, we'd all average 300.
Especially me.
He's taking a little extra time here, Jeff. Oh, that looks like a good ball. Beautiful ball.
Had a slow 7-pin there again, though. Had a real slow 7.
So this one
dead even.
Is proving to go right down to the wire.
This will go right down to the wire.
Unless one of them makes a mistake. Again, the winner moves on, takes on Sam Lanto of Eden Prairie, Minnesota. The loser will take a check home as our number 5th place winner in the Fisher Motors Shootout of $1,000. I'd take that, but then I'd never be in this position to win.
Me neither. Me neither, buddy.
This is Mike Schmidt from Tyndale, Manitoba.
And he is taking his time. He is concentrating. And it looks good. Oh, coming a little high.
There's the break. There's the break Jeff Smith was looking for right there. By the way, Mike, on day one, the 8 games yesterday, averaged 204, while today he was at 231, which was 3 pins behind the top average for the day. For today, that was Steve Nush at 234. Okay, the door is open for Jeff Smith right here, isn't it?
Pretty much just needs to stay clean. If he gets a strike here, he really takes control of the match.
And you watch him. He knows he needs this one.
So Jeff Smith of Little Falls, Minnesota. One of 3 Minnesotans in our final 5.
Scott, I asked Jeff on some of their bio stuff to try to get something to talk about, and some of them are a little quiet, but he has had 44 300 games. 44
300 games. Wow.
He's a former PBA member. He used to travel with all the professional bowlers.
Strike for him there on lane 36.
7.
This is 7th frame. Okay, that was a strike in the 7th. This is his 8th frame. Working on a double. Oh, actually, he's working on a number of strikes. On 4 in a row. Going for 5 right here. Got it. Boy, I tell you what, he struggled early, but he's really found the groove now.
That was a beautiful shot there. That was the best shot he's thrown this game. There we have a shot of Morris and his daughter Renee.
And Renee. Morris Anderson, the proprietor of North Hill Bowl. And Renee Shirley, who does an awful lot of work up here, doesn't she, Jeff?
General manager.
General manager.
Right now, Mike has to double.
And
Scott,
your boss.
The game is over with. He needs this one. He knows it.
He got her, too.
He threw that one good. Good shot.
So, Mike Schmidt back on the strike brigade, or parade, whatever you want to call it. Sam Lanto, our number 3 bowler,
Mike is
awaiting the winner of this one.
Mike has a potential 234. And right now, Jeff is going at approximately a 248 pace.
Well, I tell you what, these bowlers, even when you're not bowling, you look at Jeff Smith, he's just, concentrating. Here's Mike Schmidt. Yep, boy, I tell you, he responded there.
He made Jeff show up.
Keeping the pressure on Jeff. Jeff still needs to perform now. Well, there's a picture of
Jeff knows this is a big shot.
my wife and my kid and my grandma and my brother.
Wow. That's
family affair.
Exactly, and that's what bowling's all about. It is a family affair. Here is.
Boy, he even took a little extra time on this shot. Looks
good shot.
too.
Got that one out on the lane. Beautiful.
Wow, I'll tell you, he's really in a zone right now. It's 7 in a row for Jeff Smith.
Jeff is going at a 268 pace.
Actually 6 in a row. And he is now in his 10th frame, so we'll see how he finishes here. And he could just about put the hammer down here, couldn't he?
Put the hammer down. This one locks him out.
And Mike Schmidt knows that.
There she is.
There it is, right there. This match is over. Now the bowlers will finish out here, but Jeff Smith of Little Falls, Minnesota will move on and take on Sam Lanto of Eden Prairie, Minnesota in Game 2 of our stepladder. Boy, I tell you what, he rose to the occasion after, I think, maybe a little butterflies and maybe trying to find himself on the lanes.
Frames, and they know that even as much as they've been on TV and stuff, they still know that it's still got the butterflies.
Even got a smile out of Mike on that strike.
Yeah. With another strike, Jeff Smith will end up with a 268.
You know, and Larry, we talked about it earlier in this game. You make that one fatal mistake,
and that's
and
what happened. And plus, it relaxes the other guy, and he gets a little break, and he goes right at it.
So here is
beautiful game, beautiful start for a great TV show. Real nice.
So he finishes
268.
268. Is it 8 in a row or 9 in a row?
9.
9 in a row to finish off, and he'll finish with a 268 and move on to the next match.
And Mike can lose with a 234.
Mike Schmidt will finish
and there's
it out.
Nothing wrong with that.
The Tyndall, Manitoba native will take home $1,000 for his efforts this week. Not a bad paycheck to take back to Manitoba. And it'll really be nice to see him finish strong here. Again, waiting in the wings, Sam Lanto of Eden Prairie, Minnesota. So we'll have 2 Minnesotans going after each other in the next one. In fact, we are now assured of having 2 Minnesotans in the next 2 matches.
They'll be battling each other to see who gets to face Minot, North Dakota in the championship
Minot,
match.
North Dakota is in the championship. Steve Nush.
And Steve Nush is pumped.
Oh, yeah, I talked to him before.
Bouncing off the walls right now.
Oh, there you go.
So he carried the 10-pin.
He's going to finish with 5 strikes in a row for a 234.
So Mike Schmidt will just finish it off, hopefully with a strike. A nice game, but the open in the 7th was what really cost him in this first match.
He threw that a little slow on the 7th frame. It jumped up on him and he got the split. So 233, Scott.
233. Jeff Smith moves on. The number 5 seed coming in, knocks off the number 4 seed, Mike Schmidt.
Okay, we're here with the winner of the first match, Jeff Smith. Looked like you were a little tight there at the beginning, then you loosened up on the 3rd frame and just let him rip.
Yeah, actually, I was a little nervous when we started, and I was a little quick with my feet. And as soon as I got my feet slowed down, the ball reaction got better.
Okay, what's your strategy for the next match?
Just win.
That's a great strategy. Good luck.
268 to 233. Mike Schmidt of Manitoba takes home $1,000. Jeff Smith will move on and play in our next match against Sam Lanto of Eden Prairie, Minnesota. We'll be back right after this on the Fisher Motors Shootout.
Thanks to these great sponsors: LaFleur & Sons of Minot, Minot Junior Golf Association and WeLinks of Minot, All-American Trophies of Minot, Magic City Beverage, the Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Main and Homes Electric Company of Minot, Service Master, Wildwood Country Club, Gravel Products, and Boger & Son.
It's a truck. It's a Honda. It's nothing you've ever seen before, and it's at Fisher Motors in Minot. Honda introduces their first ever true full-size half-ton pickup. With its 255 horsepower V6, it tows up to 5,000 pounds. This first-of-its-kind Honda has in-bed truck storage, lift-up rear seat with under-seat storage, and a tailgate that opens conventionally or swings out for easy loading and unloading. It has leather interior and four-door crew cab. This Honda is all truck and then some. The all-new Honda Ridgeline pickup at Fisher Motors in Minot. Drive one home today.
When it comes to your finances, it's a comfort to know that all of your needs are being well managed by a team of experts who care. At Brady Marts, we're dedicated to providing more than just your basic tax planning, but also a commitment to help you or your business create a well-rounded financial system that will protect your long-term needs and provide a balance to your overall plans. Our mission is to provide good quality service and help our clients achieve their financial goals. Brady Marts has the experience and forward thinking to give you the comfort you deserve. For comprehensive financial support and more, trust Brady Marts.
Dining at Primo is a journey into fabulous food. Every journey begins with a single step. At Primo, that step is in the kitchen, where creative chefs craft exceptional American and Italian cuisine. The journey enhanced with excellent service, elegant atmosphere, and cityscape views, topped with North Dakota's largest selection of single malt scotches and cognacs. Best of all, you can dress casual and take this dining journey at affordable prices. Primo at the Grand International. Your table is waiting.
Whether you're hunting game or hunting for thrills, working in the field or working on your tan, Moritz Sport & Marine has the machines you need. Moritz Sport & Marine can hook you up with the fastest, toughest, coolest rides in the area. Moritz Sport & Marine, definitely fun for all seasons.
Thanks to these great sponsors: Moritz Sport & Marine, Bob's Business, The 300 Incorporated, Congress Liquor of Minot, First Western Bank and Trust, and the Grand International.
Darren Hansen, bean counter, aka accountant.
Mike Skinner, landlord / proprietor.
Tom Clark, manager of furniture store here.
Jim Dietrich, I work for DMI Industries. We make wind towers.
I believe every time somebody's won, they haven't made the cut the following year.
I won the first year. I made the cut the second, missed the third, made the fourth, and now made the fifth. So
you always got to be different.
No, you're right. I didn't make the cut.
I've only missed the cut once.
Okay.
But you know what? When you win, you always feel like you can win it again. The very first year that this happened, you walk in and you go, oh my God, there's 150 bowlers here and they're all pretty good. How do you expect to win this thing,
Well, the year I won, I was 7 games in, I was 40 under. I shoot 260 the last game and I snuck into the 36th spot. Next day I was wire to wire, 89 out of the gate, never.
Didn't lose till roll-offs. Till positioner.
36, you have to.
Yeah.
You got to go.
I think I lost at least 3 matches.
You threw big numbers?
I threw a lot of big numbers.
I only lost one.
It's kind of like this year. It was either 120 or 150.
Yeah. Right.
It was tough. I mean, I bowled it 3 years now.
No, this was the toughest shot I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah. Last year was high, 100 over, 120 over. I think was
but I talked to Jeff, and he said, well, we're not going to put out a real high-scoring shot. But he says, I didn't expect it to get kind of this ugly. But, I think when you're bowling for this kind of money, though, you don't leave it out there where you guys average 250 plus.
Well, they didn't have a chance.
There was four guys on my pair that knew they didn't have a chance after game.
See, that's, I don't know, you can't have that opinion ever, though. You're 2 games in an 8-game tournament. I was 40 under all day long. Got to the last game and I told myself if I shoot 250, I'm in. It's at 245. I'm going to miss the cut by 10 pins probably.
But if I don't do that, I'm sitting at 45 over, and if I shoot about 50 the last game, I'm done.
When I go back this close, so many pins I tossed away. 6 count splits, get 1. Miss a 8 split, get 0 on a strike.
It is a great tournament. It draws in. I mean, you've got guys that you've got Minneapolis guys. They're driving 500 miles to get here.
People from Canada.
How long of a drive is it for you?
350. And we had a handful of guys from Sioux Falls, another 220 miles away, almost 600 miles. Well, the year I won it's where I came from.
There was a couple people from Calgary. I want to say that's 16, 17 hours.
You offer $5,000 for an amateur tournament. They're gonna come from everywhere.
Welcome back to the 5th annual Fisher Motor Shootout here on West Dakota Fox and ABC. I'm Scott Cattell along with Larry Craig and Jeff Craig. A great match in that first match. A great way to start out this Fisher Shootout, huh, Larry?
Oh, it was a great match, Scott, and this match is going to be even more interesting. Right now, Sam, he's elected to play more to the right side of the lane. He's going to try to play around first arrow, which they call the outside shot. And Jeff, he'll stay right on his shot. So
good start for him, Sam Lanto out of Eden Prairie, Minnesota.
That was Jeff Smith.
I'm sorry, that was Jeff Smith. This is Sam Lanto.
I watched Sam in the position round, and he had a little trouble on this 35 and 36, and so he's elected to move a little right, and he's going to throw more right around 6 or 7 board. He's going to stay.
Sam,
and he's going to have to keep his speed up, Scott, if he wants to keep it out there.
All right, here's his first frame. Oh, he left a solid 10-pin.
I think if he stays out there, he'll leave a lot of 10 pins right now.
That was actually what they call a soft 10.
Okay,
a soft 10, Scotty. Kind of come in behind the pocket, behind the 1-3 pocket, and the ball didn't quite carry out the 10 pin.
Sam averaged yesterday in the 8 games 205, today 228. He does pick up the 10.
You got a pretty spare ball though too, isn't that?
Yeah, there's a pretty spare ball. Again, in match number 1 today, Jeff Smith moved on by beating Mike Schmidt of Tyndall, Manitoba, 268 to 233.
Sam has a large amount of resume. I can just read some of the stuff here after he throws. And he got a shaker. That's what when you shoot that outside line, you'll get that shaker. And Sam is a member of the CBA Hall of Fame in Minnesota. He's a member of the Minneapolis Hall of Fame, and he's also a member of the Minnesota State Hall of Fame. And he's also, like Jeff and I were talking, he's a USBC National Board member.
All right, here's Jeff Smith right here. His second frame. Ooh, he did carry it.
Great shot.
Boy, he is just in a zone, isn't he?
He's on a roll.
By the way, a question for both of you, maybe more so for you, Larry, because you do a lot of tournament bowling, not saying that you don't, but you bowl 8 games yesterday, you bowled 12 to get to here. Jeff Smith, to win it, now has to win 4 more. Does he have an advantage because he starts right from the start?
Oh, some people like to, both ways, Scott, on you're talking about the stepladder finals. Some people like to come up from the bottom because they get to know the lanes, and then the other way to look at it is some of them, if you're the tournament leader, they know in their mind that they're guaranteed second place, so that's another plus. But I know I've seen both ways where bowlers have come up from the bottom and won, and once you find the lanes and you're locked in, and then he's left-handed, so you aren't going to have many people playing over on that side, but he will have 3 left-handers and 2 right-handers, so he's got to keep his speed up here, Sam, on the right lane.
There, that's a much better shot.
Yeah.
Ooh, that one didn't get there.
Jeff, let's talk a little bit about, we talk about the money that these guys can win here. And there's also other ways to win in this tournament. I know you held a Calcutta last night, and you have you've got other.
We have all kinds of stuff. We have a high game pot. We have what they call brackets, where there were some people that won over $1,000 in the brackets last night. And in the auction for the Calcutta, we did get the spare there. We were just figuring out whoever wins the Calcutta day will win $1,500 extra just from the Calcutta from the auction last night.
Well, I'll tell you what, so there is some money to win at this tournament.
We figured it out last night. It was over $75,000.
Wow.
Going out to the bowlers this weekend.
You got to give a lot of credit to the sponsors, to Steve Zahn and the people at Fisher Motors for doing what they do for this tournament.
Everybody came on board great this year. Once again, when we were out asking for money, we didn't have anybody turn us down. Whole community.
Ooh.
There, you got a break there. That'll loosen him up. He looks a little tense, and Looks like the right lane is a little tighter for the right-handers than it is for the left-handers.
Jeff, if I was in Sam's shoes right now, I'd move about 3 boards left and get the speed up a little bit. His ball's jumping a little early on him, and he'll catch that, and I wouldn't doubt if he would move a couple boards to the left because he's having trouble on lane 36, and Jeff, he's just locked in right now. If he gets this one, it might be lights out.
Working on a turkey. He's got 4 in a row, and going back to game 1, that is 12 in a row.
And I don't want to put the announcer's jinx on him, but we could have a 300.
He didn't hear us.
Actually, the old bowler, Andy Verapapa, back years ago, he was on the Pro Tour. He used to count when he'd get 12 in a row in a game. If he'd have like 6 in one game and 6 in another, he'd count that as a 300. So he actually has got 12 strikes in a row, going for 13.
5th frame of the second game. Ooh, he got it.
Got a lucky one there. Got away with that one.
Hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, right, Jeff?
Well, it's like we said, once you got him stringing, you just get loose and you just.
Sam's shaking his towel at him,
trying to cool Jeff down,
cool him off.
You know, and that's the nice thing. You know, you're out here competing for money. You're competing against somebody, but you know, you can still be friends and have a lot of camaraderie.
Most of these guys are all great fun. They all travel around the nation together.
Well, I tell you, he's kind of really struggling.
Yeah, Sam's got to move to the left.
So he leaves a split there. And
he'll pick up that pretty spare ball and pick it up.
Tell you what, with the way that Jeff Smith is locked in.
Jeff has a 30-pin lead right now, Scott. And he needs a spare, and he missed it.
He knew he missed it as soon as he let go of it.
So he missed that. He opened there on Jeff Smith with a commanding lead right now over Sam Lanto. The winner of this will move on to play our number 2 seed, who is a former TV show player in our show.
He's our first repeat appearance. Adam Apple. He's the first person to be on our TV show 2 years.
And he finished second 2 years ago to Mike Skinner.
Sam has struck every time on the left lane. He can get that hold area when he's playing on the gutter like that. He can get that hold area, and on 36 it's jumping on him. So if he was to play on 36, he probably should move about 3 or 4 boards.
Working on 5 in a row, Jeff Smith of Little Falls, Minnesota. Got her. Boy, you know what? We haven't had a 300 bowled on our TV show in the past 4 years. I would love to see one here today.
298, wasn't it? 298 we had.
10.
Jeff Smith is locked in. He has 13 in a row dating back or going back to game 1. Jeff, a left-hander. 15 in a row. Can't count. 15 in a row for.
Threw it good.
Does he get? Ooh, got lucky again. 2, 4, 6, 7 in a row in this game, dating or going back to last game. That's 16 strikes in a row after having 3 spares in a row to open up his first game.
He's definitely lined up.
Here's Sam Lanto.
It's got a hold. No, that lane 36 is giving him a
the right lane is catching Sam every time. He's struck on the left lane every time.
Boy, I tell you, if you're the other 2 bowlers, Larry, waiting in the wings, Adam Apple and Steve Nush, and you see what Jeff Smith is doing. All right, he'll open in the 7th, and really, barring a complete collapse by Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith is going to move.
Jeff
on.
already has the game 1, Scott.
Okay. Opens 10-pin.
Weak 10-pin on 35, but he's just going through the motions now. He's just going to get out of Jeff's way.
He knows he can't win it. So Sam Lanto struggled from the start here. He will take home a check for $1,400. Jeff Smith will move on, but now what the crowd is here and what we are here for is to see if Jeff Smith can complete the 300 game.
And the crowd is getting edgy too.
8th frame right here. Well, he's taking a lot of time this time. Jeff Smith of Little Falls,
Oh,
Minnesota.
it looks
Up his
good,
hand,
looks
good.
good.
Got it.
Oh. That's 8 in a row.
Now, is there any additional money for a 300?
No, I wish there was, but there's not.
I don't know. If
17 in a row, Scott.
Wow, that is just
17
amazing.
strikes in a row.
And waiting in the wings, warming up, is Adam Apple of Rochester, Minnesota, and he's got to be kind of shaking his head right now, too.
Yeah.
We're in the 9th frame right here. Working on 8 in a row, Jeff Smith.
Came off his hand, good.
Good. Oh! That was a great run. 17 strikes in a row going back to game 1. And he leaves 3 pins here in the 8th frame. And he just talking to himself, shaking his head. He knows that he missed that right.
Yeah, he knew he didn't throw a good shot. Looked good coming off his hand, but it just didn't hook.
So now basically what will happen here now is we'll just have the 2 bowlers finish out here, and Sam Lanto of Eden Prairie, Minnesota will take home $1,400, while Jeff Smith will move on to take on our number 2 bowler, another Minnesotan, that is Adam Apple of Rochester.
With that, Jeff does take both the right-handers out of the tournament. Oh, there Sam got a strike on the right lane. We'll have just the 3 lefties left. We'll top 3. We'll all be left-handed.
With this win, Jeff Smith guarantees himself $2,200 to take home.
Yeah, not bad.
It's a pretty good guarantee.
I think I know somebody that's cheering for him, too. I think I know who bought him in the Calcutta. I won't say any names.
All right, here is
Sam has a potential 196 if he strikes off the
Sam
sheet.
Lanto. Got one there. Comes back, a little smile on his face. I got a double on this pair, he says.
Yeah, he had trouble in the position round. He was leader going into the position round.
All right, so Sam in his 10th frame here, working on a double. And he will not get the turkey. Boy, I tell you what, I think he knew it by about the 3rd or 4th, 5th frame that this was not going to be a good game for him. And there's not a lot you can do, Larry. I mean, you can make some adjustments, but it's just sometimes things aren't going to go your way.
No, that's right, Scott. You just got to go with the flow when somebody starts off with a string. Sam ended up with a 184.
And Jeff Smith, who had 17 strikes in a row going back to game 1, did spare his last frame. He'll finish out the 10th here and get ready for game number 3 of our 5th annual Fisher Motor Shootout. Six on that one. So
Steph has a potential 263 with a spare and a strike. 268 and 263. That's not too bad of a start.
The thing about it is, in the back of his mind right now, is just finish this game out, and he's probably starting to prepare himself for the next game. So he opens in the 10th to finish with a
251, Scott.
251. So Jeff Smith of Little Falls, Minnesota will move on to take on Adam Apple of Rochester, Minnesota with a win over Sam Lanto. 251 to 184. Sam will take home $1,400. Our 3rd match of the day, that will come up in just a few minutes. But first we have to break for some of our sponsors on the 5th annual Fisher Motors Shootout.
Thanks to these great sponsors. Bremer Insurance of Minot. Mowbray & Sons Plumbing and Heating and Sheet Metal of Minot. Morelli's Distributing, Minot and Williston. Your Pepsi Cola Bottling Company. North Country Home Improvement and Electric of Minot. And Investors Real Estate, IRET of Minot.
Visit Fisher Motors and be one of the many to own a Consumer Guide Compact Car Best Buy. The Vibe offers a sports car feel with all the advantages of a 5-door, not to mention remarkable fuel efficiency. With the split rear seats folded down and the front passenger seat folded flat, you can carry almost anything. Test drive America's finest sports sedan, the G6, a midsize 4-door sports sedan, or the Pontiac Sporty Grand Prix 4-door 5-passenger family sedan with sporty edges and pavement-ripping acceleration. All great to look at, even better to drive at Fisher Motors in Minot.
When you insure your residence and your automobile with Auto Owners, you're eligible for a multiple policy discount that can reduce your premiums or possibly increase your coverage. To see if you qualify for multiple policy discounts with Auto Owners, call your no-problem agent today.
Bremer Insurance. Bremer Insurance is Minot's largest independent agency for home and auto insurance. Over 300 years of insurance experience is your assurance of getting the right coverage for all of your needs. Call Bremer Insurance today.
Join the 54 million other Americans who love to let the good times roll. Been bowling lately? It's a whole new game.
Buick knew the replacement for the Park Avenue and LeSabre had to be special. The new Lucerne would have to be more luxurious, the greatest of quality, super quiet and great looking. They needed a home run. They hit it. The new Lucerne, part of the Buick family that tied for #1 in quality with Lexus as rated by J.D. Powers and Associates. The all-new quiet tuning and great ride make your driving experience fun and relaxing. Lower priced, backed by the GM 100,000-mile warranty. Your driving experience begins with the Buick Lucerne at Fisher Motors Incorporated, Minot.
Adding new siding and windows is an investment, and North Country Home Improvement is the smart choice to help you make it. North Country is your authorized distributor for high-quality Simonton vinyl windows, Colby & Colby windows, and quality siding from Gentex and Norandex. Combine these fine products with 18 years of construction experience, and you'll transform your home into the pride of the neighborhood. Call Troy Westmeyer for a free estimate. Remember, at North Country Home Improvement, if it's not good enough for them, it's not good enough for you.
Thanks to these great sponsors: Brady Marts, Midtown Chiropractic, Communication Corps, the Wrestler Quali Agency of Farmers Union Insurance of Minot, IMM, Sun Prairie Grain of Minot, Service Master, Wildwood Country Club, and Boger & Son.
Okay, we're here with Jeff Smith, the winner of the second match. Had 18 strikes in a row there at one time. 17 strikes in a row. What a great match.
Yeah, you know, I got, like I said, in the third frame of the first game, I got my feet slowed down, and everything, the ball reaction just got better, and it kept on staying better in the second game. I hope it carries on to the third game.
Looks like in the 10th frame there when it didn't matter, looked to us like you moved and tried a different shot. Were you trying to try to give him a shot and stay lined up for the next match?
Yeah, I was kind of just trying to see how much room I had in the lane, so I'm probably going to go back to where I was and throw it better.
Yeah, it looked like that shot didn't work very good.
No, it wasn't very good.
Okay. Good luck in the next match.
Thank you.
A lot of people say that you know, you got to have a lot of money for first place. You know, $5,000 is a lot of cash, but when you can have, you know, $500, $600, $400 for 12th place or 13th place, when you can still offer that kind of cash that far down the line, you know, those guys are saying, hey, you know, there's a lot of places where it's $600 for first in some of these tournaments that we bowled in.
I want to say 97 was my first year. There was 120 players there, and they, you know, slowly started losing entries.
And you get the videotape so you get to watch it over and over and over.
Yeah, I think that was my last success too, so I have to watch it a lot right now.
I think I still have. But I mean, yeah, and you're talking about personnel. I mean, you know, you look, you got Scott Poole coming out of the States, Team USA. Sam Lanto, former Team USA. You've got you know, Randy Kosterman coming out of Winnipeg, former Team Canada. Lynn Gauthier, Team Women's Canada.
Corey Clayton's Team Canada out of Calgary.
Yeah. I mean, you're...
Jeff Smith, PBA.
Well, I mean, that's one thing, shooting on the house shot, and you come in for a big tournament like this, more often than not, they're just not going to leave the house shot out there, so it plays totally different. You put this many players together, everybody crossing each other's line all day long, the oil moves all over the place, and some places they all just went completely away. You
oil moved a lot. Oil moved a lot today.
How does... Oh, go ahead.
That's a characteristic of guarding. That's just a characteristic. It's going to move a lot and fast.
How does the psychology from day 1 to day 2 change when you have overnight to think
about it? The condition isn't going to break down, nearly. I mean, if you can get locked in early, generally you can play that. You can pretty much play it all day because you're going to have, 2 guys in a pair, 12 games where we had
7 out here.
Yeah.
Coming up next, we've got the semifinal match. We're down to just 3 bowlers. First, we're going to take another break in the action and hear from our sponsors.
Thanks to these great sponsors: the Minot Area Chamber of Commerce, Minot Sash and Door, Anderson Drywall of Minot, Bergen Building Improvements Minot, Wells Fargo, and Jessen Roofing of Minot.
When it comes to your finances, it's a comfort to know that all of your needs are being well managed by a team of experts who care. At Brady Marts, we're dedicated to providing more than just your basic tax planning, but also a commitment to help you or your business create a well-rounded financial system that will protect your long-term needs and provide a balance to your overall plans. Our mission is to provide good quality service and help our clients achieve their financial goals. Brady Marts has the experience and forward thinking to give you the comfort you deserve. For comprehensive financial support and more, trust Brady Marts.
Whether you're hunting game or hunting for thrills, working in the field or working on your tan, Moritz Sport & Marine has the machines you need. Moritz Sport & Marine can hook you up with the fastest, toughest, coolest rides in the area. Moritz Sport & Marine, definitely fun for all seasons.
Convenience, flexibility, security. These are just a few of the many qualities that members look for when it comes to the many services Northern Tier Federal Credit Union offers them. Services like Northern Tier's flexible free performance and advantage checking, or secure share certificates at outstanding rates. Plus, with the convenience of Northern Tier's 24/7 online service, their MasterCard and ATM debit cards, and 5 locations, members enjoy spending power on their terms. Northern Tier Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Thanks to these great sponsors: LaFleur & Sons of Minot, Minot Junior Golf Association and WeLinks of Minot, All-American Trophies of Minot, Magic City Beverage, the Coca-Cola Bottling Company, and Main and Homes Electric Company of Minot, Service Master, Wildwood Country Club, and Boger & Son. Stay tuned for the 5th annual Fisher Motors Shootout.
Welcome back, everyone, to the fifth annual Fisher Motors Shootout. We go to our semifinal match, and it'll be Jeff Smith of Little Falls, Minnesota, against Adam Apple of Rochester, Minnesota. Jeff got here by winning the first two matches over Mike Schmidt in match number 1, 268 to 233, and then over Sam Lanto in game 2, 251 to 184. This is Apple, another left-hander. Good start for him.
This could be a strike fest.
Well, I'm excited for this match, Scott. This is going to be a good match. Two top-notch left-handers and Steve Nush waiting in the wings, another left-hander, so we're guaranteed to have a left-handed winner this year, and it's really going to be interesting. It all depends upon how Jeff starts this time. Now, he, right after the break, they got to keep the speed up, and he kept it up. Oh, right over the top. That's what they call a fast 8 in bowling right there. Pin goes right over to the top.
Again, a shot of North Hill Bowl proprietor Morris Anderson and his daughter Renee Shirley, who is general manager of the bowling alley. Boy, you get a lot of help from them.
Yeah.
Not just for this tournament, but through with every tournament you run.
Yeah.
Question for you, Larry. Now, I know Jeff has already appeared in 2 games previous in this TV show. Adam was here 2 years ago. Does that give him any distinct advantage coming in, knowing, what to expect and doesn't have to worry about the nerves and that sort of thing?
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of difference on the experience, and they both know, like you say, what to expect in the TV show and everything. Oh, he got a lucky strike there, so Jeff's on a roll.
Winner of this will move on and take on Minot's own Steve Nush in our title match.
Some of Adam's accomplishments, they really, some of them when you ask them how many 300 games they have had, they really don't answer you, and I know his high game is 300 and his high series is 856.
Adam with another strike.
Adam with another strike, and I'll just read a couple of their accomplishments. Adam was a member of the Team USA, and that's a very prestigious title in the United States in 1990. And here's a good title. He was a British Open champ in 1991. And he also took second in the World Cup, and he has 1 CBA title and 2 regional PBA titles. So he has a good resume, and he's going to be close on this one.
And he's the first one to be on our TV show twice.
Oh.
Ooh, that one didn't look like it came off his hand that well.
Adam during the tournament in the 8 games yesterday averaged 212, today 232, which was second to Steve Nush's 234. Winner moves on here. The loser will take home $2,200.
Adam's reaction on 35, that ball was kind of like the reaction Jeff got on his 10th frame when he threw it out a little. He wanted to see how much room he had, and it kind of hung on him. Oh, and then he chops it. That is big in this match.
He chopped it. Steve Nush waiting in the wings. It's going to be interesting what kind of reaction we get from this crowd with our first ever Minot bowler in the championship.
This is a really big shot for Jeff. He knows that he'll take his time on approach, make sure.
I think it's going to be crazy, Scott. And watch Jeff on this shot now. He wants to put the hammer down on this shot. He wants to put him to bed early. Oh, he got the same reaction as Adam did.
So both of them playing a little cat and mouse. Yeah. Not that they want to.
Getting up towards the top, and the money gets a little higher. That ball gets a little heavier, and your hand gets a little tighter.
So here's Jeff Smith in his third frame. Oh, and he chopped it. And what that does is bring Adam Apple right back into the mix right now.
Well, I'd have never dreamed that we'd see 2 opens in the same game on television.
7-pin match right now.
That actually puts Adam back into the lead.
All right, so Jeff Smith.
Both of them, it's probably one of the fewest spares that they've missed all day.
Exactly. So here's Adam Apple, his fourth frame of this semifinal match.
Oh!
We did get, again, that old saying, it's better to be lucky sometimes than good.
That's right.
No,
Sometimes you can live in the pocket and shoot 190 and get a couple of Brooklyns in a break and shoot 220. So
He'll jump right on that lucky strike now. You make sure this will be a good quality shot.
both of them, lane 35 is kind of catching them when they throw it out there. It kind of hangs. So I bet you a lot of them, both of them will move probably a board or two to try either get in the dry track or get out and get a little more reaction on their ball.
Adam Apple's fifth frame. Got it. Now he puts the pressure back on Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith out of Little Falls, Minnesota, came in as our number 5 qualifier, beat Mike Schmidt in game 1, Sam Lanto in game 2 to get to this semifinal. And I tell you what, he would love to get into that title match against Steve Nush. Lane 36. Ooh, didn't carry it. So.
Looks like lane 36 really went away on him.
For Jeff on the right lane, he's the one time he let it out and it skidded. So this time I think he tried to overcorrect and it jumped on him. So 36 has got a little tender spot right now for the left-handers.
All right, he covers, gets the spare. Another question for you, Larry. He has bowled 12 games today, 2 previous to this one. Could it be a little fatigue playing a part with Jeff's problem?
But a lot of these, they're in good shape, and they're used to bowling the games. A lot of them, they bowl. That's all they do for a living. Some of them is bowl. He hasn't had any trouble on this lane. He's struck every time.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, these two are in a battle right now, Jeff.
Jeff's wishing he could stay on lane 35 right now, I think.
Can't change the rules for him, can you?
No.
Jeff talking to himself.
There we see Sam getting all the stuff packed up.
Adam Apple in his 6th frame.
Ooh.
Right lane's catching both of them right now.
Yep.
And I'm sure Steve Nush is sitting in the background watching this too.
Oh, I would think that he knows about it. Okay, so
this is a big spare for a left-hander. Got to fit the ball between the 2 pins.
And he will.
He got
nice
it.
job.
Perfect.
Adam Apple with 103 through 5 with a spare in the 6th. And Jeff Smith right now with 88 through 5 with a strike in the 6th. So these two are battling each other. Strike would look big here for Adam Apple. Oh, just got enough of that head pin.
Yeah. Looks like
again, the winner moves on. The loser takes home a check for $2,200.
This is a big shot here for Jeff. This is the lane he's really having
strike
trouble
here
with.
For Jeff, he can be a five pin lead, or a 5 pin difference.
Okay, 123 for Apple through 6. We'll find out here where Jeff Smith is.
See what he does on this right lane.
This is the lane that they both.
Oh, he threw it out more.
Boy, he made an adjustment there, didn't he?
Threw a great shot there. Great shot.
He moved left on that shot and moved the ball and moved his feet left, and he had about 2-3 boards.
So he's got a double through 7, working on a double here in the 8th frame.
So this can be a 5-pin match right now.
All right, Jeff Smith, who has won 2 matches, trying to win his 3rd to go to the title match. Got a chance to talk to Jeff a little bit while we were getting ready for this TV show. Nice, real nice, cordial guy.
Very nice man. Ooh,
oh, it didn't go down.
Had the messenger. I believe that's the first time he didn't strike on lane 35.
So he's 117 through 6, which is a 6-point difference. Apple was 123 through 6. Apple with a strike in the 7th. Smith looking to spare here and does. So he's 137 through 7 frames. Right now, Apple is at 133, working on a strike. Adam from Rochester, Minnesota. Jeff from Little Falls, Minnesota.
Adam has 123 in the 6th.
Got another strike.
Oh,
no, did he? Left the 10.
Oh, he
left the 10 pin. Got a bad break there.
Left the 10 pin.
We got ourselves a match here, Scott.
The match right up.
This is going to go right down to the 10th frame.
We're in the 8th frame. Adam Apple, who came in as the number 2 qualifier against Jeff Smith, the number 5 qualifier coming in. He picks up this single pin, 10 pin.
Sometimes it's hard to explain, Scott, but sometimes they, after a big game, you have that letdown and you start pushing the ball, and then all of a sudden you realize you're in a match, and it turns out to be a different type of a score. So we got a lower score this time.
All right, so here's Adam Apple in his 9th frame on lane number 35, which has been more forgiving for these bowlers than the other way. No, he will not get the carry on it, so Adam gets 9. And he'll try to complete the spare, and then it'll be up to Jeff Smith.
Adam is going at a 212 pace, and Jeff is going at a 217 pace, so it's all going to stem on the 10th frame.
See Jeff there, he's not even watching his opponent.
You could just see the concentration in him when you look at it. Look at him. Picks it up. So he has 162 through 8 with a spare in the 9th.
And Jeff has a potential 157. Jeff has a potential 217.
All right.
So
Strike would look big here
he
for
can
him.
lock out Adam.
He's in his 9th frame on lane 36, which has been the tough one for these two bowlers. He laid it out there.
Likes the
again.
reaction.
Does he have enough? Yeah, he got it. Ooh, that's a big strike right there.
Big strike.
So what you're saying, Larry, is if he strikes out here,
he has a 217, and the best Adam can get is a 212.
All right. So and I would guarantee you that Jeff Smith knows that.
You can bet they all know what the score is.
All right, Jeff Smith.
Big shot.
This is a
Very big
huge shot right here.
This is to go into the championship, these next 2 strikes. He's taking a little extra time, too.
Jeff Smith of Little Falls,
Good reach,
Minnesota. Got it.
And he carried.
Just got it. Boy, he had to hesitate just a bit there.
Wasn't sure if the 10 was going to fall.
So Jeff Smith, who started out as our number 5 qualifier, could very well end up playing for the title against the local favorite. And I would suspect that he knows that he won't be the fans' favorite in that championship match.
He needs this one and to stay behind the foul line.
This is for the win and to go to the championship. And he did. And he got it.
Wow.
So Jeff Smith will move on.
Well, let's not say that.
Well, maybe we. Oh, okay. First of all, he's got to get this ball down the
He's got to stay behind the foul
lane.
line. Was that last year or the year before?
I guess we did that one time. So we will just hold off here for just a couple of seconds.
We've seen him on the Pro Tour throw it in the gutter. So
Jeff Smith.
He just has to stay behind the foul line.
Jeff Smith finishes
That'll do
with
it.
4 in a row, a 217, and he will play for the title of the 5th annual Fisher Motor Shootout against Steve Nush. So Adam Apple will finish it out here. Are we? So we're not finishing up the. Adam Apple will finish with a 187, 217 to 187.
Okay, we're here once again with the winner, Jeff Smith. Looks like lane 36 is getting a little tighter on you, and lane 35 is pretty good. What do you think about, did you make an adjustment on lane 36 there?
Actually, I've been playing the left lane 3 boards tighter than the right lane since I started, and actually the 36 is getting a little tighter down the lane, and because I was in a little farther, the oil's migrating down the lane. I do that myself, and then Adam joined me, so it even makes it worse. So I'm just moving my feet left and trying to throw it better.
Good luck in the championship match.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
Jeff Smith will move on to the title match. The title match is coming up here on the 5th annual Fisher Motors Shootout. It's Minot's favorite, Steve Nush, against Jeff Smith of Little Falls, Minnesota. We'll come back with that match after these messages on the 5th annual Fisher Motors Shootout.
Thanks to these great sponsors. Moritz Sport and Marine, Bob's Business, The 300 Incorporated, Congress Liquor of Minot, First Western Bank and Trust, and the Grand International.
Adding new siding and windows is an investment, and North Country Home Improvement is the smart choice to help you make it. North Country is your authorized distributor for high-quality Simonton vinyl windows, Colby & Colby windows, and quality siding from Gentex and Norandex. Combine these fine products with 18 years of construction experience, and you'll transform your home into the pride of the neighborhood. Call Troy Westmeyer for a free estimate. Remember, at North Country Home Improvement, if it's not good enough for them, it's not good enough for you.
Buick knew the replacement for the Park Avenue and LeSabre had to be special. The new Lucerne would have to be more luxurious, the greatest of quality, super quiet and great looking. They needed a home run. They hit it. The new Lucerne, part of the Buick family that tied for #1 in quality with Lexus as rated by J.D. Powers and Associates. The all-new quiet tuning and great ride make your driving experience fun and relaxing. Lower priced, backed by the GM 100,000-mile warranty. Your driving experience begins with the Buick Lucerne at Fisher Motors Incorporated, Minot.
Join the 54 million other Americans who love to let the good times roll. Been bowling lately? It's a whole new game.
When you insure your residence and your automobile with auto owners, you're eligible for a multiple policy discount that can reduce your premiums or possibly increase your coverage. To see if you qualify for multiple policy discounts with auto owners, call your no-problem agent today.
Bremer Insurance. Bremer Insurance is Minot's largest independent agency for home and auto insurance. Over 300 years of insurance experience is your assurance of getting the right coverage for all of your needs. Call Bremer Insurance today.
Dining at Primo is a journey into fabulous food. Every journey begins with a single step. At Primo, that step is in the kitchen, where creative chefs craft exceptional American and Italian cuisine. The journey enhanced with excellent service, elegant atmosphere, and cityscape views, topped with North Dakota's largest selection of single malt scotches and cognacs. Best of all, you can dress casual and take this dining journey at affordable prices. Primo at the Grand International. Your table is waiting.
Thanks to these great sponsors. The Lucky Strike Restaurant and the Lucky Strike Lounge Casino and Links. North Hill Bowl, Gravel Products, and Science Today. 36 bowlers met this morning to go head-to-head in match play for a total of 12 games. Each game, the winner receiving 30 bonus points. So shooting high was a goal, but it was more important to win your match. From there, position round where number 36 would play number 35 and so on, all the way to number 6 playing number 5 to make the last spot of the TV show. And that's where we are now. Take a look at Jeff Smith, for example, who's already come from 5th to the semifinals. Yesterday, Smith was ranked in the middle of the pack and even and this morning he was ranked as low as 12th. That means he's come a long way to fight his way to the top. Each year the competition gets tougher and tougher, and there's no doubt why they say this is the best tournament in the region, the 5th annual Fisher Motors Shootout.
Well, welcome back to the 5th annual Fisher Motors Shootout. It's time for our championship game. One of these bowlers will take home $5,000. It's the local favorite, Steve Nush of Minot, against Jeff Smith of Little Falls, Minnesota. Let's go to Jeff Craig, who has the #1 bowler.
Okay, we're here with the tournament leader going into the championship match. What's your strategy?
Throw strikes.
Throw strikes. That's a good strategy. I think the crowd's a little behind you. What do you think?
I hope so.
Good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
It's coming down to the wire. Hang in there with us, because coming up soon, the championship game of the 5th annual Fisher Motors Shootout.
Thanks to these great sponsors: the Lucky Strike Restaurant and the Lucky Strike Lounge Casino and Links, North Hill Bowl, Gravel Products, and Science Today.
Buick knew the replacement for the Park Avenue and LeSabre had to be special. The new Lucerne would have to be more luxurious, the greatest of quality, super quiet and great looking. They needed a home run. They hit it. The new Lucerne, part of the Buick family that tied for #1 in quality with Lexus as rated by J.D. Powers and Associates. The all-new quiet tuning and great ride make your driving experience fun and relaxing. Lower priced, backed by the GM 100,000-mile warranty. Your driving experience begins with the Buick Lucerne at Fisher Motors Incorporated, Minot.
Join the 54 million other Americans who love to let the good times roll. Been bowling lately? It's a whole new game.
When you insure your residence and your automobile with Auto Owners, you're eligible for a multiple policy discount that can reduce your premiums or possibly increase your coverage. To see if you qualify for multiple policy discounts with Auto Owners, call your no-problem agent today.
Bremer Insurance. Bremer Insurance is Minot's largest independent agency for home and auto insurance. Over 300 years of insurance experience is your assurance of getting the right coverage for all of your needs. Call Bremer Insurance today.
Well, welcome back to the 5th annual Fisher Motors Shootout. It's time for our championship game. It's Minot's favorite, Steve Nush, against Jeff Smith of Little Falls, Minnesota. Steve Nush starting out on lane 35. Not a bad start. There's got to be some nerves. There's got to be some nerves for Steve Nush.
Listen to the crowd go crazy.
There's got to be some nerves with Steve right now.
A lot of nerves with Steve right now. He's really not an experienced scratch bowler. He's a real good scratch bowler, but he hasn't been in a situation like this. This reminds me of Let's Get Ready to Rumble, and the boxer comes into the hometown of the other boxer and tries to fight, and that's what Jeff is up to right now, and he's up to the challenge.
Shot. Jeff Smith with a strike in his first frame. Boy, I tell you what, it's kind of fun to have a rambunctious crowd here.
Oh, it's crazy. And Jeff, he's going to be up for the challenge. Don't kid yourself. He's been in these situations before.
Well, I'll tell you what, I really think it probably plays maybe to his advantage because it pumps him up a little bit more.
He's kind of a character anyway, so he kind of
Exactly.
likes this. He'll play to the crowd too.
Oh, I
Don't
know
kid
he
yourself.
will. Here's Jeff Smith from Little Falls, Minnesota, working on a strike
Big
in the
shot
first.
on the left lane. Hey, come in high.
And he takes a look back thinking, hey, maybe they will drop.
It's a little different, Scott. Lots of times on a stepladder finals, you'll only have one right-handed bowler or one left-handed bowler and three or four right-handed bowlers, and so the oil does move around when you bowl, and so when they're all playing the same line, the left-handers, the shot will change some.
All right, so he does pick up the spare. Steve Nush now on lane number 2, or excuse me, frame number 2 on lane number 36, working on a strike. Again, the first Minot bowler ever to appear in the Fisher Shootout a Fisher Motor Shootout TV show.
And the nerves, his butterflies are going. This is going to be a big shot. Oh, good shot.
Beautiful shot.
And you saw the pump of the fist there. You know, Steve wins this one. He may not come off cloud 9 for a while.
I bet his heart's pumping right now. Steve has 4 300 games, a high series of 816. He has 2 state team titles, and he won the state scratch doubles with Ryan Silk, who's a great bowler in his own name here in Minot.
Working on a double. Got her. Now that, getting 3 in a row might settle him down just a bit.
Yeah, he's ready for the challenge.
One thing with Steve, Scotty, works a lot with his hands, and I think he did have some, I don't know, is that right, Jeff? He did have some wrist surgery here last year for a while, and now he's just kind of come back on the bowling trail this year.
Yeah.
He has very strong hands. He works with his hands a lot. He works at the paint store in Paul's Woodwork.
Jeff Smith up to the challenge. Boy, it would be great just to see this match go right down to the wire.
Yeah.
The crowd loves it.
You know, and you can even sense the nervousness of the crowd here too. Except for Mr. Anderson, he's just kind of sitting back and enjoying this.
I want to see what Jeff does on this left lane.
There's Jeff Smith on
I'm guessing he's going to move a little right.
Lane 35. Oh, couldn't
Solid
carry the
7.
7.
Threw a great shot. Great shot.
So Steve says to himself, thank you.
Steve just kind of standing.
Steve's standing there concentrating. He's not even sitting down.
Spare pickup. Smith does get it.
And
I think he thought maybe he wasn't.
He thought he missed that.
He was definitely worried when he let go of it.
And he plays to the crowd a little bit.
If we had a heart monitor on Steve right now, she's jumping off the line.
Oh, he is I know Steve a little bit. He is an excitable person.
Very, very excitable person. A lot of emotions. Real nice guy.
Working on a turkey right here. Oh, almost
got 9 out of it and got 9.
Almost got that last pin to fall.
Easy spare though.
So an easy spare here for Steve Nush. I guess I could say that for him. No spare is easy for me.
I won't say a word.
Steve's taking a lot of time here. He should just get up and throw at these spares.
Steve Nush does pick the spare up. So Steve with 79 through 3 to 60 for Jeff Smith. Working on his spare, Steve is in this 5th frame. Doing a little.
Steve's a very deliberate bowler.
Tall work on his ball.
Takes a lot of time. Always working with the powder bag on his hand. That helps you keep the same grip all the time.
Lane 35 in his 5th frame.
And he really come out of that bad. He flipped that one. He got lucky he didn't split that
Exactly.
Key spare here. He needs the spare to stay in the match.
Steve Nush, winner here, will take home the championship, the trophy, and $5,000. The loser of this match is no loser by any stretch of the imagination. They get a $3,000 check. Ooh, that really opened the door right there for Jeff Smith.
Very close match now.
So Jeff Smith, Nush with the open at 106 through 5. This will be Jeff Smith's 5th frame. He has 60 through 3 with a spare in the 4th.
That's one thing you don't usually do is give a bowler of this caliber an opening, so you know he's going to be right close to the pocket.
Boy, that's a good-looking ball right there.
Great shot, great shot.
He hasn't missed on the right lane. Now this left lane is catching him a little. He's looking down at the approach. I wonder if he might move a little here.
I think he might move right, Larry.
He's still looking down at the approach. He's trying to figure out what he should do here. This is a very big strike in the match.
Oh,
He got it.
Got another one.
Boy, I tell you what, that puts a lot of pressure right now on Steve Nush.
Kind of really quieted the crowd down a little, too.
We can have a 4-pin match right now if Steve's doubles.
Jeff Smith with 80 through 4 with 2 strikes. Nush with 106 through 5, working on his 6th frame.
Better shot. Much better shot.
Good. Responded well there. Came right back.
One more and he's right back in the match.
We're in the 7th frame. Steve Nush, Jeff Smith in the 5th annual Fisher Motor Shootout title match. The Fisher Motor Shootout coming right back. Stay tuned.
Visit Fisher Motors and be one of the many to own a Consumer Guide compact car Best Buy. The Vibe offers a sports car feel with all the advantages of a 5-door, not to mention remarkable fuel efficiency. With the split rear seats folded down and the front passenger seat folded flat, you can carry almost anything. Test drive America's finest sports sedan, the G6, a midsize 4-door sports sedan, or the Pontiac Sporty Grand Prix 4-door 5-passenger family sedan with sporty edges and pavement-ripping acceleration. All great to look at, even better to drive at Fisher Motors in Minot.
I want to bank with people I know.
Who know you?
Who will work with me and my business
To help us plan for our retirement.
I want my bank to give back to my community.
Help my sister save more money.
To make decisions right here.
I want my bank to be First Western.
You want your bank to be First Western.
At First Western Bank and Trust, we know what kind of banking works best for you.
And together, we're banking on Minot.
When it comes to your finances, it's a comfort to know that all of your needs are being well managed by a team of experts who care. At Brady Marts, we're dedicated to providing more than just your basic tax planning, but also a commitment to help you or your business create a well-rounded financial system that will protect your long-term needs and provide a balance to your overall plans. Our mission is to provide good quality service and help our clients achieve their financial goals. Brady Marts has the experience and forward thinking to give you the comfort you deserve. For comprehensive financial support and more, trust Brady Marts.
Of all the things Minot's Grand International can do for you, the most important is helping you rest easy. Newly remodeled rooms featuring incredibly comfortable memory foam mattresses lull you into a restful night's sleep. King Suites with LCD TVs deliver all the comforts of home. Fine meals, entertainment, and recreation round out a totally enjoyable, completely restful stay. When all the world is buzzing around you, take comfort at Minot's Grand International, where the rest is easy.
Convenience, flexibility, security. These are just a few of the many qualities that members look for when it comes to the many services Northern Tier Federal Credit Union offers them. Services like Northern Tier's flexible free performance and advantage checking, or secure share certificates at outstanding rates. Plus, with the convenience of Northern Tier's 24/7 online service, their MasterCard and ATM debit cards, and 5 locations, members enjoy spending power on their terms. Northern Tier Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
It's a truck, it's a Honda, it's nothing you've ever seen before, and it's at Fisher Motors in Minot. Honda introduces their first ever true full-size half-ton pickup. With its 255 horsepower V6, it tows up to 5,000 pounds. This first-of-its-kind Honda has in-bed truck storage, lift-up rear seat with under-seat storage, and a tailgate that opens conventionally or swings out for easy loading and unloading. It has leather interior and 4-door crew cab. This Honda is all truck and then some. The all-new Honda Ridgeline pickup at Fisher Motors in Minot. Drive one home today.
Well, welcome back to the 5th annual Fisher Motor Shootout. One of these bowlers will take home $5,000. And Jeff came in as the number 5 seed and has knocked off 3 other bowlers to get his chance here for this title. And don't you know that these two want to win this title?
Steve wants to keep nice and slow here. Nice shot, very nice shot.
Got her. Woo, and he reacts. The crowd reacts. And he gets a fist from Jeff Smith.
Game on, Scott, right now.
Game on, and this is exactly what we were looking for. Boy, we got.
Wonder what that heart monitor to be doing after that shot.
Here's Jeff Smith on lane 36, his 7th frame, working on a double.
Threw it good.
Got it.
Beautiful shot.
Responds. Right now, 4-pin match going into the 8th frame.
You know, you look at our crowd here, Larry, we have a mix of people. We've got young and old. Kids are out here having some fun.
And they're very knowledgeable about the bowling game.
All right, so here is Jeff Smith on lane 35.
4-pin match.
Working on 3 in a row. Will it be 4?
Good shot.
No, left a solid
leaves
7.
the 10-pin, 7-pin.
So he'll finish this up hopefully with the spare. He's at 139 through 6. Steve Nush with a possible 136 through 6. Here is Smith trying to pick up that single 7 and does. So Steve Nush working on a double comes into his 8th frame. Smith is 159 through 7.
Steve knows that if he gets a strike here, he goes in the lead.
So
here, watch him. He's going to take a little. Just keep it slow. Boy, he didn't take much time.
Does he have enough? Oh, and just
got out of trouble.
Enough.
Got 9.
Yeah, and he probably is happy with that because it looked like he could have come out of there with a split.
Gets the spare just like that. We got back to a 4-pin match again, aren't we?
4-pin match, Jeff.
Yep.
Going to come down to the 9th and 10th frame, just like in the boxing ring.
Steve Nush trying to pick up the spare right here, and does.
This is a big strike here, big load-up strike in the 9th frame for Steve.
Big shot here for Steve Nush.
This is what they call the foundation frame, the 9th frame, the load-up frame. A lot of your good bowlers, they want that strike in the 9th.
A 4-pin game right now through 7 frames, actually through 8 frames. But both are working on a spare here in the 8th frame.
And if
working on a spare in the 9th.
Steve strikes here, then Jeff finishes out and Steve finishes his 10th.
Didn't get it. And boy, that it tells Jeff Smith now what he needs to do.
Big spare to Steve. Keep pressure on him.
So Steve Nush, the first Minot bowler ever to appear, came in as the #1 bowler out of qualifying.
Just get the spares, all he asks. Oh, get over. Wow.
So he picks up the spare. He's got 174 through 8, working on a spare in the 9th, and now Jeff Smith will pretty much tell Steve Nush what he has to do because he will bowl both his 9th and 10th frames right here.
If Jeff gets the first one in the 9th and the 2 strikes in the 10th, he shuts out Steve.
Here's Jeff Smith, who started as our #5 qualifier. Got the first one.
Great shot.
So if he gets 2 more, this is over.
If Jeff gets 2 strikes and count, he has a potential 239, and the best Steve can get is 224.
So 2 strikes here, and Jeff Smith will
be our winner.
Win the Fisher Motors Shootout.
And don't kid yourself, he knows it.
And he'd be the #5 seed, so he would have had to win 4 in a row.
Look at that big breath he took. He knows it.
Took a lot of time.
He's taken a lot of time. This is a big shot.
Really good.
Got it.
He got it.
And if he gets this one,
if he gets this one, he's our winner, Scott.
Boy, I tell you what, he's been fun to watch over the last
great competitor.
hour and a half, 2 hours.
Very great competitor and a nice guy.
Yeah, great guy. As I mentioned, Jeff earlier. I had a chance to visit with him in the tournament office here before we started the show. Very cordial individual.
He's been around.
This is
He's
for
seen it all. Here's
this is
the
for the
shot.
shootout title. Oh, doesn't get
no.
it. We couldn't ask for much better.
Wow. It's like
finale
TNT,
here.
we know drama.
228.
Okay.
Yeah, with the spare, that's enough.
He is going to win it. Yep. 228 is what he's going to end up with. So that has locked off Steve Nush. Okay.
Right. Steve's best he can get is 224.
So Jeff Smith will win the 5th annual Fisher Motors Shootout. Steve Nush will just finish up his 10th frame. Steve will take home. Or 220.
It's possible for Steve.
Okay, 224 possible for Steve. Steve will take home $3,000 for his efforts. I know he'll be disappointed, Larry, but what a great thing for Steve Nush to be able to participate in it. And now he's been on the TV end of it, and it could be make for bigger and better things down the road. And a high five for Jeff Smith.
Oh, he'll think back of what he could have done too.
Well, he'll be disappointed, but you know what? $3,000 is a pretty good paycheck for a couple of days of bowling.
$224 to $228.
So Jeff Smith came in as our number 5 qualifier, beat Mike Schmidt in the first match, Sam Lanto in the second match, Adam Appo in the semis, and will defeat the number 1 seed Steve Nush here in the championship to take home the $5,000. And he'll finish 223. Final, the winner of the Fisher Motors Shootout, the 5th annual Fisher Motors Shootout, from Little Falls, Minnesota, Jeff Smith defeating Steve Nush of Minot 228 to 223. We're going to talk to the winners, present some checks and trophies, but first let's take this break on the 5th annual Fisher Motors Shootout.
Visit Fisher Motors and be one of the many to own a Consumer Guide compact car Best Buy. The Vibe offers a sports car feel with all the advantages of a 5-door, not to mention remarkable fuel efficiency. With the split rear seats folded down and the front passenger seat folded flat, you can carry almost anything. Test drive America's finest sports sedan, the G6, a midsize 4-door sports sedan, or the Pontiac Sporty Grand Prix 4-door 5-passenger family sedan with sporty edges and pavement-ripping acceleration. All great to look at, even better to drive at Fisher Motors in Minot.
Of all the things Minot's Grand International can do for you, the most important is helping you rest easy. Newly remodeled rooms featuring incredibly comfortable memory foam mattresses lull you into a restful night's sleep. King Suites with LCD TVs deliver all the comforts of home. Fine meals, entertainment, and recreation round out a totally enjoyable, completely restful stay. When all the world is buzzing around you, take comfort at Minot's Grand International, where the rest is easy.
Whether you're hunting game or hunting for thrills, working in the field or working on your tan, Moritz Sport & Marine has the machines you need. Moritz Sport & Marine can hook you up with the fastest, toughest, coolest rides in the area. Moritz Sport & Marine, definitely fun for all seasons.
When you insure your residence and your automobile with auto owners, you're eligible for a multiple policy discount that can reduce your premiums or possibly increase your coverage. To see if you qualify for multiple policy discounts with auto owners, call your no-problem agent today.
Bremer Insurance. Bremer Insurance is Minot's largest independent agency for home and auto insurance. Over 300 years of insurance experience is your assurance of getting the right coverage for all of your needs. Call Bremer Insurance today.
I want to bank with people I know.
Who know you?
Who will work with me and my business.
To help us plan for our retirement.
I want my bank to give back to my community.
Help my sister save more money.
To make decisions right here.
I want my bank to be First Western.
You want your bank to be First Western.
At First Western Bank and Trust, we know what kind of banking works best for you.
And together, we're banking on Minot.
Buick knew the replacement for the Park Avenue and LeSabre had to be special. The new Lucerne would have to be more luxurious, the greatest of quality, super quiet and great looking. They needed a home run. They hit it. The new Lucerne, part of the Buick family that tied for #1 in quality with Lexus as rated by J.D. Powers and Associates. The all-new quiet tuning and great ride make your driving experience fun and relaxing. Lower priced, backed by the GM 100,000-mile warranty. Your driving experience begins with the Buick Lucerne at Fisher Motors Incorporated, Minot.
Join the 54 million other Americans who love to let the good times roll. Been bowling lately? It's a whole new game.
Well, welcome back once again to the 5th annual Fisher Motors Shootout. It's been just another great tournament for 2008, and boy, we couldn't do it without the help, Jeff, of very many people, namely 3 of them that are standing up here. Steve Zahn from Fisher Motors, and Morris Anderson, and Renee Shirley from North Hill Bowl. Steve, you've been involved with this event from its inception, and boy, I tell you what, it's been a great success.
It's been a blast. We just love doing it. It's 5th annual this year, and it just seems like we started yesterday. So our company loves it. It's been a great thing for Minot and North Hill Bowl and Fisher Motors.
So we'll start working on the 6th annual one.
I guess I just got hooked, didn't I?
Thank you, Steve. You owe me for that one, Jeff. Morris, I'll tell you what, you do such great work up here at North Hill Bowl, and if not for all the help from all your employees up here, this tournament wouldn't be as successful. And I tell you what, you just got to be very happy with the success of this tournament.
Yes, I am. And without good people working here, taking over, this is what makes it good.
So now that Steve has already hooked himself in the next year, you'll let him come back?
Steve can come back every year.
All right, all right. We're going to introduce or give out some checks, and I know that's what the bowlers are waiting for here, especially the 2 that haven't received their checks. We had just a great championship match, and had a thanks to the fans out there. You were great. Our local boy, the first local bowler ever to bowl in the Fisher Motors Shootout. He didn't win the title, but he takes 2nd place. Steve Nush will get a runner-up trophy and a check for $3,000. Congratulations, Steve. Steve, come on in here. Steve, we were talking a lot of us, Jeff knows you well. His dad, Larry, knows you well. I know you pretty well. We wanted to know if we could put a heart monitor on you during that match.
Not until after the first 3 strikes. That's when I started feeling the pressure. Actually, the first couple of balls, I didn't feel anything. And then after that, I started feeling a little bit of pressure. And when I had that open, I was, yeah.
Stephen, when you got that open, you knew that Jeff could put it away. But great bowling this week, and it was a great experience for you. You've never appeared on a TV show. Now you know what it's all about.
I do, and it felt great. Jeff bowled really good. I knew that if I had an open, I'd probably lose the match, and I think that's what cost me the match.
And you know what? You didn't lose that match because you're taking a check home for $3,000. Do you have any ways that you're going to spend that?
Jamaica in about a month.
All right, have fun in Jamaica. Congratulations, Steve Nush, our 2nd place winner in the Fisher Motor Shootout. And we have a new champion this year, and I'll tell you what, he's bowled a lot of games. 8 yesterday, 12 today. He had to do 4 more after the 12 today to take home this championship. He was our number 5 seed, and he deserves the championship. Our champion from Little Falls, Minnesota, Jeff Smith. Jeff, step in here because you're an old hat at interviews now. First one you've had to do with me, but hey, congratulations. You deserved it. You persevered, had the patience, and when you had the chance to put the hammer down on your competitors, you got it done.
Hey, that was a pretty good pun because I was throwing hammer and I put the hammer down. Yeah, I was pretty relaxed and felt pretty comfortable on the lanes because I had bowled 3 games on him. So, yeah, when I needed a shot, I just made sure my feet were slow and hoped I carried.
Jeff, was this your first year here at the Fisher Motor Shootout?
This is my third year.
Third year, and I'll tell you what, you keep coming back because it's such a great tournament, isn't it?
Yes, it is. The Maury and the staff here and Jeff do a great job, and I think there was 10 different states here, and there's a reason they come here, because we love to bowl here.
Well, I tell you what, you're a great champion. Congratulations, $5,000. Do you have anything you're going to do with that? Because Jeff and I would help you spend it.
Well, I'm not going to Jamaica.
You're going to Disney World.
But I do have a wife and 4 kids, and I'll do something with the family.
They'll find some way to spend it. Congratulations, and see you next year, because you have to come back next year.
Well, there might be a little problem with that. I just made a commitment. I'm going to get my tour card back, and I'm thinking about going back out on the tour. I'm going to bowl the trials in June, and I'm going to cry. I lost my dad 2 months ago to a heart attack, and I'm committing myself to go back out on the tour one last time for him, and I'm going to do it. So I may not be able to come back here, but hey, the last time here was great.
All right, Jeff. And maybe you could take home a championship on the PBA Tour.
Oh, that would be great.
Jeff Smith of Little Falls, Minnesota, our 5th annual Fisher Motor Shootout champion. It's been a great run. Jeff, just step in here. Okay, Jeff doesn't want to step in here. It's been great. Thanks to Morris, thanks to Renee, thanks to Steve Zahn, Jeff Craig, Larry Craig, for all the people behind the scenes who did so much work. You see my face and my voice, and you hear my voice on this show, but it's not me. It's all the people behind the scenes that really make this shootout go. So hopefully we'll be back next year. That's all for this year. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.
Two guys in a pair, 12 games where we had
7 on here.
Yeah. Oh, people, I'd have to look at the list.
Well, yeah, we don't.
I don't even pay attention to who's on the list. I just look at the number when they send it around.
Let's say who's impressed you the most?
Well, I mean, the way the pattern broke down today, a couple guys that I just know off the top of my head that are really good at it are David Langer, who I'm pretty sure made the cut today, Corey Clayton, who was near the top of the leaderboard all day. Depending on how the left plays tomorrow, I could see
Adam McCall.
Yeah.
Adam or Jeff Smith.
And I think it was just you 3 as far as
I think there may be only 3 lefties out there. So I mean, if the shot holds, and they, we don't have to fight it too bad tomorrow. If our shot starts out okay and kind of hangs around, we could play it a part in getting
Clayton more.
Clayton impressed me.
Not too many
today.
people know about Clayton. He's solid.
He's a very.
He impressed me today. Is that the one from Calgary?
No.
Clayton Moore. He's come up with 2 points.
Moore.
Yeah. No, Alexandria.
Okay.
Yeah. Corey Clayton from
Corey
Calgary.
Clayton.
He's very good. The deeper it gets, I bowled him in the semifinals in Winnipeg.
You know, in the lead, it was Clayton Moore though.
Right.
Yeah. And there's actually another guy that came up with Sioux Falls. Jason.
I found today the high end was the easiest.
Yeah, and I think the high end was higher scoring just for the fact that it seemed to be tighter.
Yeah.
Guys didn't have to force the ball through the front to get to the spot. And they were able to relax the ball.
Yeah, the middle 14 lanes were the jail. That's where everybody, those were the bad pairs were at. That's where everybody died, was the middle. From what I saw, I didn't. But it's funny, the guy come down writing the scores, and what he's saying, he goes, I'm writing down 240s and 180s. Neither or, nothing in the middle.
I could not believe how many first ball most difficult part of it was pair to pair.
Yep. You could, and even the guys I bowled with, the guys, they'd have 240 one game, and 170 the next one.
Yeah. I didn't have.
Right.
I meant no. I got to find another shot.
And you were washing out or crossing over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it was like for me too. I mean, you go to the one pair and you kind of hope that generally speaking, it should be fairly close, so you line up where you're at, and then you
flag
throw
it.
your ball, and it goes bye-bye. Six washout.
Yeah.
I missed inside your target. Goodbye.
Yeah. If you weren't on your game, you were done. If there was anything wrong with your timing or your release, you did not have a chance. AKA me. Yeah.
Buick knew the replacement for the Park Avenue and LeSabre had to be special. The new Lucerne would have to be more luxurious, the greatest of quality, super quiet and great looking. They needed a home run. They hit it. The new Lucerne, part of the Buick family that tied for #1 in quality with Lexus as rated by J.D. Powers and Associates. The all-new quiet tuning and great ride make your driving experience fun and relaxing. Lower priced, backed by the GM 100,000-mile warranty. Your driving experience begins with the Buick Lucerne at Fisher Motors Incorporated, Minot.